So we actually see a lot of some fecal incontinence or leakage or staining after birth. And this happens if you have a severe tear in the vagina it's called a grade 3 or 4 that goes into the rectum and goes into the kind of anal sphincter. And you typically have scar tissue or weakness in that area from that tear. So we see it a lot for postpartum moms if they've had a more severe tear. The other thing is it can also happen with hemorrhoids. So hemorrhoids are like prolapsed veins. So if people are straining and they feel like they can't clean themselves really well, they can often have staining in their underwear. But then kind of the urgency to poop and then you feel like you can't make it there in time, it happens often with muscle weakness. And what happens to our muscles as we age? They get weaker, right? So we encourage women to go to the gym and strength train and build up your muscles and but we also have to do that for our pelvic floors because that anal sphincter is part of your pelvic floor muscle. And you have to be able to contract it and hold it. And you need like 20 to 60 seconds to get to the bathroom. So you need enough endurance in your butthole muscle to help you get there in time. So working on endurance contractions of the pelvic floor, and not just like when you're sitting at your desk, like you need to practice them while walking, while standing at the toilet, like while in an upright position. The other thing is a lot of foods that we eat can start to make our poop really loose. So looking at what you're eating, if you're like taking a medication that causes loose stools, if you're having too many greens or chia seeds or, things like that, it's like trying to hold up applesauce versus trying to hold up peanut butter, right? If it's applesauce, it's just going to be harder to hold in. You compound that with weak muscles and you've got leakage of stool. So things like that, I think, are really important to address. And then also making sure that you're emptying completely. If you're going to if you're pooping 2, 3, 4 times a day, and that means you're not emptying when you go or your poop is too loose. And so bulking up your stool, but then also making sure that you using the squatty potty, relaxing your pelvic floor muscles, emptying all at once will make sure that you go at one sitting instead of multiple times throughout the day.